A one-way switching single-phase design light bulb circuit diagram with a single lamp and a one-way switch from an AC supply voltage. There is a 3.54 volts across the supply voltage showing into the voltmeter 1 and then connected to a fuse which is acting as the circuit breaker and which shows a 35.4 nanoamps current flowing through the ammeter 1 and directly into the lamp, and then out into one side of the one-way switch connections, and out of the other connecting side of the one-way switch, and back into the neutral point and the earthing connection of the single-phase circuit is showing on the circuit diagram, with the one-way switch on the open side position, and with no output light from the lamp.
You see, when the one-way switch is on the open side of the single-phase lighting circuit, the lamp doesn't light up and the current flowing through the ammeter 1 current value is 35.4 nanoamps and the voltage across the voltmeter 1 is 3.54 volts. The arrow between the supply voltage is showing the direction of the supply flow moving in both directions. Even when the one-way switch in the circuit is in the open position side, it continues and stays the same like the reading on voltmeter 1, but on the other side, between the lamp, there is not enough current flowing between the lamp to light it up when the one-way switch is in the open side position of the designed single-phase lighting circuit. And there is no arrow indication, and with no enough voltage or current flowing through the lamp when the connected one-way switch is in the open position side in the single-phase circuit. And now see, when the single-phase circuit in the one-way switch is closed together, the lamp lights up and with a value of 35 milliamps showing through the ammeter 1, but the voltage across the voltmeter 1 still shows the same 3.54 volt reading across the supply voltage into the voltmeter 1 in the single-phase lighting circuit diagram. See, when the one-way switch in the circuit is on the closing side position of the circuit, the lamp lights up, and you can see the arrow between the lamp showing the direction of the supply voltage and current flowing between the light-up lamp in both directions between the lamp and the single-phase lighting circuit of the one-way switch lighting circuit diagram. A single-phase lighting circuit design diagram with 3 lamps, LP1, LP2, and LP3, and with 3 one-way switches, S1, S2, and S3, in the single-phase design lighting circuit diagram, and each lamp is connected and controlled from each one-way switch in the single-phase lighting circuit. As you can see on the design circuit diagram, lamp LP1 is connected and controlled by the one-way switch S1, and lamp LP2 is connected and controlled by the single one-way switch S2, and lamp LP3 is connected and controlled by the single one-way switch S3 in the lighting circuit. There is a 163 volts across the supply voltage showing into the voltmeter 1, and then connected to a fuse which is acting as the circuit breaker and which shows a 4.88 microamps current flowing through the ammeter 1, and with the connection directly into the one-way switch S1 terminal connection and out from the other connection directly into lamp LP1 terminal connection, and out from the other connection directly back into the neutral and earthing point of the single-phase supply voltage of the design lighting circuit. And the next connection, it's from the connection between the current ammeter 1 and the one-way switch S1 terminal connection, and directly to the next one-way switch S2 terminal connection, and out from the other connecting part of the one-way switch S2, and directly into lamp LP2 terminal connection, and out from the other terminal connection, and directly back into the neutral and earthing point of the single-phase supply voltage of the design lighting circuit. And the next connection, it's from the connections between the current ammeter 1 and the one-way switch S1 terminal connection, and the next one-way switch S2 terminal connection, and directly to the last one-way switch S3 terminal connection, and out from the other connection side, and directly into lamp LP3 terminal connection, and out from the other terminal connection, and directly back into the neutral and earthing point of the design single-phase supply voltage lighting circuit. And with all switches in the open side position, the lamps do not lights up. Now see, when the single-phase lighting circuit one-way switch S1 that controls lamp LP1 is in the closing position, the lamp LP1 light up. And there is also some changes on the current flowing through ammeter 1 current value. But the voltage across the supply into the voltmeter 1 do not change. And see also, when the one-way switch S2 that controls lamp LP2 is in the closing position side, the lamp LP2 is lights up. And the one-way switches which are in the opening position side, their lamps do not lights up. And also see when the next one-way switch S3 is in the closing side position lamp LP3 light up. But also the one-way switches which are in the opening position side their lamps do not lights up. Now you see how the one-way switches in the single-phase designed lighting circuit works on each one. They only lights up the lamps they control and connected to them. Now see when two of the one-way switches are on the closing side position, one-way switch S1 and one-way switch S2, when they are on the closing side position both lamps lights up. Lamp LP1 is controlled by the one-way switch S1 and lamp LP2 is controlled by the one-way switch S2. Now see again when two of the one-way switches are on the closing side position, one-way switch S2 and one-way switch S3, when they are on the closing side position both lamps lights up. Lamp LP2 is controlled by the one-way switch S2 and lamp LP3 is controlled by the one-way switch S3. And again see, when the one-way switch S1 and the one-way switch S3 are in the closing side position only lamp LP1 and lamp LP3 lights up, and each is controlled by their connected one-way switch. And finally, now see when all the three one-way switches in the single-phase lighting circuit are in the closing side position all three lamps lights up at once, and the current flowing through the ammeter when the current value changes to 4.24 amps in the single-phase design lighting circuit diagram.